SolveForX presents a blind Kaizo race by SolveForX. Week 122. Good luck, have fun, or not. It's up to you. I'll have more fun now that I'm pokey. Game Boy was like that. Game Boy was fun too. And now everything is spine. We're gonna do some Kaizo nonsense. Thank you for participating in Romhack races. I put a lot of work in this level, and I hope you enjoy. Can I get up? Okay, I can't get up there. Oh. Oh my. Nope. I understand what they want from me now. Nope, gotta clip that jump a lot harsher. So yeah, this is a Romhack Races level. So every Saturday for almost, what? They're getting close to like 300, aren't they? For a long-ass time, they've been racing a new custom level that someone designs. It's actually quite a bit of fun. I haven't done an actual proper race in, God, probably like a year and change. But it's so much fun to actually race through levels. Maybe one of these days, maybe, I'll try again. That's better. I got hit by the pokey. I do like playing the levels after the fact. I built a sort of randomizer thing to let me pick levels at random within certain skill ranges. I did go and grab a bunch of data about how long each level took, which I still haven't used for anything. I need to put it on the webpage, but I'm also just bad at CSS, and I kind of wanted to get it into like a 2-column form. Which, yeah, I'm not very good at HTML and CSS, so like the thing onto the right side, right, it shows the level names and stuff. Oh, okay. Not where I was expecting that to come from. But like, it uses a bit of trickery, of JavaScript trickery, to properly display the names up there to make sure the box is the right size, because like, I couldn't figure out how to do it in CSS. I also didn't spend that much time trying to figure out how to do it in CSS, but like, I'm just not that enamored. Oh god, that's a lot of fish. I'm just not that good at CSS. That's the long story short. It's basically some sort of arcane torture system someone at Netscape devised, and somehow everyone just kind of went along with it. They were going to make a Turing-complete version that used, you know, Lisp syntax, which probably would have been nicer in all honesty. Nah, I jumped too early. What's up, Curtis? Thank you for the good luck. But no! Cascading style sheets. And now we're stuck with them forever. Me complaining about technology is also a common theme in these streams. We can't have nice things, it's true. Because someone in 1994 decided this is how it's going to be, and now it's going to be that way forever. There's always one. Bop. Bop. Yeah. That does also remind me about the thing I want to do with IE6. There's like 3 things I want to do with IE6. Need to see if like the Flash stuff would still work for... But I believe I knew they were coming, I just didn't do anything about it. Waking up and getting coffee. How it goes? Oh, pretty good. I went through an entire Fortaleza Reznor level design contest, which was pretty fun. It was a spooky winter-themed contest. Fewer pokies than you might expect. Or, pokies. Fewer bumpties than you would expect. But still good. And now I'm just playing a Romhack Races level because my agenda has run dry. And they're fun. So I picked this one. Yeah, didn't clip it right. And bitching about CSS and other things. But yeah, I'm thinking that like after chat hacks on Saturday, if I do a stream on Sunday, it'll probably be something of the Windows 98ist persuasion. Haven't decided what precisely yet. Got past the fish. Shoot. Not solvable. There's one thing I definitely want to do, because I went and got this old, like, web interaction fiction thing. Old contest? Yeah, it was an old contest. 2020. Christmas 2020. Basically, like, I have it set up pretty easily to do contests from Xandro's website now. And Xandro hasn't classified more recent Fortaleza Reznor contests. He did get around to, like, putting in all the OLDC stuff, which was cool. Because he also linked to my videos in those, which is nifty. Not that I'm sure it'll actually, you know, drive traffic or anything, but yeah, you know. Did it again. But it was still fun. There were some really interesting entries. I was really surprised at Alex's. Alex usually has a pretty distinct level design sense. And that one was weird at the beginning, so I'm like, this doesn't feel like Alex. And then at the, like, third of the way through the level, it was like, oh yeah, no, this is Alex. This is totally Alex. And there were a couple others where I'm like, oh, I recognize this person by their style. It was kind of cool. Getting to learn a little bit more about the Spanish-speaking side of things. And of course, I don't actually speak any Spanish, so we use the Google Translator for it. And occasionally, people tell me what it says if it's not easily translatable for various reasons. Like, it's not in a message box or a level name. It's just, like, tiles there. But yeah, the web fiction thing. I went and put Caverns of Blood back online, which is a little, like, web game. You might be able to call it a visual novel. It's a hypertext thing. It's certainly novel if you've never seen it before. Nope. I feel like by the time I start the jump, I'm already too late. I can just wait for him to come back. No. I get like... Actually, that... Oh, no, I can't make that. Close. So I put Caverns of Blood back online and put a VOD up of that on YouTube, and someone finally came and was like, hey, I have a full archive of Caverns of Blood at some point, including Castle Quest, which is another weird web fiction thing, but it's a little more complicated and really only works under certain requirements. Like, you really do need IE6. What am I doing? Or Web TV. It works on Web TV, which I don't have. I did own a Web TV at one point. I found one in like the PC recycle area of Microsoft, and was like, oh, I'm gonna get a Web TV, it's gonna be awesome. And then I realized, I don't really need a Web TV. And so I just left it for recycling. I had it for all of like 10 minutes. But I think it's interesting, and I really do want to do a little video on it. Do a playthrough of it. So that might be Saturday, and then do something else afterwards. Maybe Doom levels, or Macromedia nonsense, or just play something else. We'll see. Depends on how I'm feeling after chat hacks, if I still want to stream. Chat hacks usually wears me out pretty well. But the most important thing I need to do is actually, like, start MemoB before I leave. Or, well, start it, like, Monday. For Whack Jam. That was weird. No. I apparently don't understand how to do this. Just keep bopping, just keep bopping. But yeah, a little preparation there wouldn't hurt. Macrometer would be fun to do again. Especially if I could go get a Mac emulator working for the Mac OS discs. Because Mac OS at the time, like System 7 style, used its own file system that was distinct from the standard. Why? Who knows? But nothing will sneeze on it except... Actually, no. Nothing I have will sneeze on those. Despite owning a Mac, Mac OS won't sneeze on these things. Like, modern Mac OS just doesn't even know what to do with it. Like, that's not an ISO. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Okay, dodge the fish. Close. The thing about Kaizo is once you get it down once, it's usually a lot easier to replicate. Can't really explain why this is the case. Well, sometimes easier. But yeah, Memo B, Final Fantasy 1. Like, I've got a pretty full-up schedule for the list a little bit here. You recognize this? How you doing, Nathan? Yeah, I finished up running through a contest, and I'm like, well, I still don't quite feel like going to bed yet. So we'll take a shot at this. Nope. Need to go a little bit later. I think I'm making that part harder than it needs to be. Probably. I'm making that part harder than it needs to be. Probably. You good? Excellent. Boop. 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 Yeah, when I picked this, I didn't realize it'd be all about falling spinies, but you know, sooner or later, you gotta learn about the fallen spinies and the bees. And plus, it's one of the easy ones I haven't completed yet. Easier ones, I suppose. I say there's no easy Romhack races levels, but that's not entirely true. There are some that are much easier than others. Like the ditch switch is a fairly easy level, all things considered, but it was pretty early on in Romhack Race's history. And I think to this date, the only one ranked a 2 in difficulty. Plus, a little bit of Kaizo warm-up would definitely help me with Memo B, probably. There we go. Nope. Like... Too late. That's close if I clip the jump. Didn't clip my jump, I held A, so maybe I can just do it that way. Boop. Boop. This other thing I need to work on is adding support for the bad robo voice, because right now, outside of the vapor mode, it can't actually do it. Well, worse robo voice, honestly. Think about like making it so if you prepend a specific word to it, it uses a different voice. But it's also got to be a word no one's going to use. Because it probably will drop the word. Like, I want the Miku one to be Miku, but I get the feeling someone's probably going to want to use the word Miku. But Miku's also default, so maybe I wouldn't make Miku drop the word and just only use the weirder ones to have that property. Dook. Consistency is key. Keys are consistency. Constancy, sweet constancy. Did you know, Marge, I discovered a type of shame that hasn't been used since the days of the Israelites? Alright, there we go. Back up. Don't fish. I want to watch. Nope. Slightly too early. I don't get this one yet. Going too early again. Still too early. That one might have worked if I clipped it right. Way too early. I do actually want to go when I can see it. That seems to be clear to me. Not before I can see it. So I'm running into it. That's probably the key thing here. Way early. I'm still on the, like, I need to go... I think I just need to make a try. That's way too late, obviously. I need to clip the jump. I just need to clip the jump. I might have been... What am I trying to do after I land on that? I haven't figured out step 2. Still looking at step 1 at the IKEA chart without realizing, like, what I'm going to do with the stupid unitool. Important to know what you're going to do with the tool at the next step because you need to prepare for the next step. Or if you're Steve Jobs, you need to prepare the next step so that, you know, people will be able to use your operating system. Or if you're Infected Mushroom, you need to be cooking the next step to convert vegetarians. One of those. What is my goal here? I think I want to end up over there, right? So... just shove it right up the pokey. Doop, 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 doop. I feel like I came up with a strat, and I have not managed to do anything with it. Go immediately. Always works. One of the nice things about Romhack races is usually the slow, methodical approach is not the one you want to take. The jump. The jump. Sweep the leg. Meshalize the echelon. One of those things. See, that's a clipped jump. It worked fine. This is not a clipped jump because it won't work fine. Finally bopped it. Didn't trust it, but I finally got it. There we go. Clip the jump. Ah! Not today, Pokies. Okay, that's awkward. Close. But I understand what to do now. I've done it once. I've done it once. Good odds. Good odds. Not to mention pleasant music. Pleasant music always helps when you're doing a difficult level. Tenno Boxman's Boss Mans. Tenno Boxman's Boss Mans definitely had that property where the music was soothing and relaxing and helping me achieve what I wanted to do. I got all that done. It's all set up on YouTube and everything. It's going out tomorrow and the next day. Part of the reason why I did FR is because I'm way in debt on YouTube stuff. I've got like a 2-year streak of video every day. I don't really want to break it. But at the same time, I don't really want to spend time in K10 Live right now, fixing up some of the VODs that I did while I was on the East Coast, which is a bit of a problem for me. I need to do it. I might do it on the airplane, but I don't want to do it right now. So, having some backup stuff is always a good thing. Not that I've complained about this in enough days in a row, but getting 10... If I complete this 11-ish, videos out of one VOD is always a benefit. Especially ones that don't take too long to manage. Yeah, that is completely free if you just go fast. Nope. That is also completely free if you just go fast. Trust me on that one. I love how it's like an eventual obstacle. Once you get on top of the spiny, you're safe. You're good to go. You'll eventually get up there. You don't actually have to put any brain power into it. It'll eventually just happen. Everyone loves a good fish fountain. Nope. It's the problem when you feel you're gonna die and then you don't. Anyway. Looking forward to Final Fantasy 1 tomorrow. Gonna go back into the volcano. Kill a fire dragon and get like a cool piece of equipment, I hope. If I kill that fire dragon and all I get for it is like a friggin' potion, I am going to be irate. Especially because the reason I didn't go for the fire dragon on my last pass was because I thought it would legitimately just kick my ass first turn. Which it did the last time I ran into it. Like, but on the bright side, like, I don't need any other equipment in the tower, and the fire dragon is at the end of the dungeon next to what I hope is an active teleporter that works, you know, more than once. I want to say that was free. But yeah, I really do not want to have to walk backwards through the volcano. Been there, done that. And that's almost saved it. Just gotta clip my jumps. Not doing a good job of that. Not like that. But yeah. Tomorrow's a nice day. Nothing too depressing tomorrow. Gonna get up at a reasonable hour. Probably do some YouTubery nonsense. Work. I got my call thing figured out. Bizarrely enough, it turned out just as I was doing it wrong. There was a way to do the Twilio thing specifically to make it redirect via post, and I hadn't been doing it. It was redirecting via Git, which is not what I wanted, because the code on our side does not use Gits. It uses posts. So we fixed that up, and it worked, and it looks like it'll work out nicely. So, hooray for logging. Because without the logging, I probably wouldn't have figured this out. And it's not bad to leave the logging to make sure the logic's correct. I went and looked at it. It's like very old code. Like, we didn't ever really turn on the feature, like, years ago when I wrote it, which is always a dangerous thing. But we wanted it now, so we sat down and got it working. Going too late. Okay. Well, that reminds me. If I'm going to do another, like, Romhack Races level in the near future, I really want to do the Mario 2 one. I know Red Feathers put out another one recently. As in, like, the last few months recently. And those are always intriguing. Mario 2 is weird. Requires a little bit of prep time to, you know, make sure that the Famicom is ready for it and everything. But, you know, I can do that next time I turn it on. Not too good at that part. Come on. I've seen what I think is the exit. Oh, that's just terrible. But the plan is currently still in motion. One of those, I thought I had plenty of time, but really I should have probably done some streaming on Saturday to cover my bases. What is the Chicago Comic-Con next week. Flying out Thursday, and then I'm gonna be around there for a couple days and fly to DC on Sunday. But that does put me in a little bit of a conundrum. Probably gonna skip that Thursday stream for obvious reasons. Time zones make that flight really annoying. The Chicago's actually in Central. You might think it should be in Mountain based upon where it is, but no, it's absolutely in Central. Nope. Didn't clip it. So it's already 2 hours ahead of me. At a 3-hour flight, I'm leaving, I think my flight takes off at noon, I arrive around 6. Nope. Barely made it. Alright, maybe I'm wrong about that being free. Roll. No! When you think you have enough velocity to get up a triangle, and then you're just wrong. To make it worse, triangles are not the best shape. Octagon is the best shape. Some people may disagree, but they're welcome to be wrong. Jack Black foretold it. Therefore, it must be true. Triangles. I mean, the interesting thing about it is, like, we settled on rendering triangles for 3D stuff, but that wasn't the way it always was. There were systems that used quads. I think OpenGL even supported quads in some modes. Actually, OpenGL supports an awful lot of different primitives, and it's up to the driver to decide how to implement them. If I recall correctly. You could just send it a primitive like GL draw circle, or draw cylinder, what have you. Quick shake of hand, because it's kind of level that actually does hurt my hand. Nope! Thought I'd be able to pull it back. But the Sega Saturn actually chose to render on quads, which wasn't the worst idea. Basically, they made a killer sprite engine, but didn't really anticipate the future needs of game devs very well. So dang thing could push sprites like no one's business. And they looked really good, provided, you know, you didn't need real transparency. Or, well, no, you had transparency, but you didn't have, like, color math. So you couldn't do blending between layers, which is kind of weird. Whereas both the PlayStation and N64, obviously, could do blending between layers. Quick drink break. So the PlayStation really liked using dithering masks, which was kind of cool. Doesn't look great now, but on a TV in the 90s, it looked really good. There we go. Thing about PlayStation helps. Oh, what the hell was that spawn? I have that's the first time that spawned at a weird time. Yeah, I was looking at Andy Gavin's blogs, and I mentioned it earlier in a few streams ago about Crash Bandicoot being an interesting game. And turns out that the PlayStation had a few really weird rendering modes, like one that had 500 horizontal pixels, which you think would be a lot, but like the way TVs worked, horizontal pixels weren't really real. It's kind of hard to explain. Because a pixel to a CRT is a unit of time as opposed to being a unit of distance. How did that fizzle? I got a lot of speed coming into that. And it basically matters how fast the electron beam can actually change the color of, or change the intensity of it. I clipped, I could have made that. And so, like, while there's only 240 vertical lines, really, if you're doing progressive scan, 480 interlaced, the horizontal distance is entirely dependent upon the TV, what its horizontal resolution could be, which is weird when you think about it. But no, quite literally, it's just when you change the color of the beam, whatever goes through the DAC. I mean, NTSC is more complicated than VGA, but the principles remain the same. There's still the same types of things going on. VGA is so much easier to understand, too, because, like, you have separate RG and B channels that are voltages between, I think, 0 and 5. And quite literally, each of those just determines the intensity of the color. So you can just use a simple ladder DAC or something else if you're... or another type of DAC to convert your binary color into a analog color, which is what we did for the class. Though we didn't actually use separate RG and B channels except for one guy who decided that would be his jam. He made it harder on himself and ended up using, I think, 5-bit color for his thing, which was completely irrelevant because the thing we needed to render was in black and white. Made it back. Oh! Well played. But yeah, he just made it harder on himself. Other problem is, like, your DACs, as opposed to, you know, actual ones you pay money for, are also going to be imprecise if you make a ladder DAC. The brilliance of a ladder DAC is it's basically like simple division. It's really simple multiplication, right? You take your biggest bit, you multiply it by the half of your total voltage. So either it's on or off. And you get, say, 2.5 or 0, and then you keep adding up voltages as you move along down the line. And you end up with a proper intensity at the end, which is close to what you want. I think there's other DAC designs that are more correct. And this one, the ladder DAC, is also incredibly sensitive. Sup, Noah, how you doing? I'm just talking about ladder DACs. How they're sensitive to resistor values needing to be very close together. If your tolerances are not high enough, low enough, if you don't have good tolerances, you won't have good color. Long story short. So when we did this, we actually, like, everybody got out a giant bag of resistors and started testing all of them to see if they were within the range they wanted. And they picked, you know, each person picked their range, and honestly, it still worked pretty decently. Nope, clipped it too fast. Have a pretty high tolerance for resistance. Most people, as it turns out, are fairly resistive. It's the capacitance that gets you. Well, it's what gets your phone, at least. Resistance is futile over, like, 1 mega ohm. I haven't gotten back up there in a while. The worst part is, because I have the translation thing up, I can see how long I've been at this. I've been at this section for 33 minutes. Most people had already finished the entirety of this by 33 minutes. I think one person had a finishing time like 50 minutes, and it's looking like I might be up there with them. What was that? Oop. Oop. But the nice thing is, since I'm playing as Pokey, I'm just happy every time. Live or die, Pokey still makes you happy. No, I did it again. I didn't clip the jump. Boop, 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 boop. Try that again. Third time. Third time's the charm. Wait. The game doesn't expect you to do things like that, does it? I'm also still partway through the Invisible Walls video that commentated Pancake, whatever his name is, the Pancake Man, put out. That was perfect. Looking much forward to understanding the secret of the Invisible Walls. No, I didn't think I made it. That was completely me panicking. Great video, watch it yesterday. Yeah, no, really great content, well explained. I just haven't gotten all the way through it. It's 4 hours long. So I've been watching it piecemeal as time goes on. That's it. But usually whenever he releases a video, I want to stop and watch it. But this one is just too long to stop and watch. Insane, but really in-depth. Wanted as a future reference. Oh, I'd believe that. I mean, it covers an awful lot of topics that have already been done in his channel, including how, like, doors or how walls work and all this stuff. That's sandwiched again. The spawning on that is weird. Sometimes they're all together. Sometimes that one comes down late. I'm not really sure what to do about that. You know, I guess other than beat the section so I have to deal with it again. But it's definitely a thorough reference for collision in Mario 64 presently. At least the part I've gotten to. I'm only like 20 minutes in. Nope. Kind of wonder if there's any other game that's been dissected quite as much as Mario 64 at this point. Maybe Doom. But like, you have to have a group of people, a large group of people who want to care that much about these things. Nope. Didn't clip it. It's close. And people care a lot about Doom and Mario 64. I want to say Mario 64 might have the like largest speed board on speedruns.com. But I suspect there's probably like some other meme game that has a larger speed board just because like you play it for all of like 10 seconds and you get the world record, kind of like Barney. That's a first. I got underneath the dang thing. I think if I do it right, I don't need to clip that jump at all. But like Super Mario World doesn't quite have the same level of investigation as that. Certainly it's well investigated, like people know how these things work. If this isn't a ROM hack, then what is it? Oh. Fair point. It's not ROM hack racing. You have to take the whole thing together. I'm not racing the ROM hack. Actually, it's ROM hack not racing, isn't it? I think that's what I ended up billing most of the videos as, ROM hack not racing. There's a method to it where I have a script that handles updating the names and everything. And the name it gives most videos, unless I was actually participating in a race, is ROM hack not racing. What if I am racing and not ROM hack? Then that'd be something different, I think. How you doing, Bracky? I was racing and not ROM hack. I guess that'd just be normal racing. It's happened a few times a couple times on the stream. Raced Hawalute on a couple games. It's not common, but did it a few times. We played Splatterhouse. We did a race on Splatterhouse Wangaku Graffiti or whatever it's called. Thanks for the good luck. I'm not having a whole lot of good luck right now on this. I've been in this section for 30 minutes. I've seen the end, I think, but I'm not used to bouncing spinies. And I'm regressing because I'm busy talking about silly things like CSS and triangles, ladder decks, I don't know. I'm not paying as much attention as I should. One benefit of ROM hack racing is you have to pay attention. Midair jumps are hard, seems like a tough hack. So here's the thing. This is a Romhack Races level, week 122. It's like a 4 in terms of difficulty. To be fair, they might change how they were ranking it now because of the specific tricks involved, but a 4 in week 122 should not be that hard. I like picking up, like, Romhack Races levels after the fact, because, like, worst comes to worst, if I drop it, who cares? There we go. Go up, go up, go up! Alright, there we go. Have a shot at this again. I do have to ride it on the jump. I don't have a choice. Yep, that was exactly what I expected. Seems tough for a 4. Yep. There's also some weird inconsistency, but this was earlier in Romhack Race's history. I mean, I guess year 4 doesn't count as that early. No, this would be year 2, I suppose. Just counting my numbers wrong. The setups for these are consistent, I'm just not very consistent. Like, that's absolutely free if you do it right. And I have a system for doing it right, and then this is just weird. I don't know, maybe just focusing on it for a second. Okay. There we go. No! Almost got me. Alright, we're doing this. Thanks for the H. Yeah, it's got to be in a different spot. But we're doing the X-linked thing. Those poof it. Right. Okay. There's an important lesson here that has been taught to me repeatedly that I am somehow ignoring. Nope. I feel like people went ham with this tech back when it was still new. Need velocity there. Need to pull back a little bit. Okay, that's free if you just run for it. No. Need velocity to go under it. I can visualize what that looks like. Doesn't look like that. Alright, also thanks you for the H, Curtis. No, not when it's high. Well, worst comes to worst, looking further, that can't hurt me. Okay. Oh, and then it does that. Then I need to go faster because I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Cool. I think I get part of it. I need to ride that really low after that. Nope. Thing is, regardless of how poorly I'm doing, I'm still happy because I'm pokey. Things could be worse. I could not be pokey. Pokey is brought to you by fries. No burgers, just fries. Now I need to come into that with more velocity. This is the kind of level that ends up hurting my hand. Something about like doing a lot of spin jumps ends up hurting my right hand. But it's time to take a break. Back in. Retry. Nope. Pokey is life. Pokey is death. The Alpha and Omega. And double peaks of Mars. Go. Close. Death should always be capitalized. Okay, fun, weird little bit of trivia. There was this thing called, what was it called? Like Time Quest? It was an internet puzzle thing. And Terry Pratchett wrote a puzzle for it, which as far as I know is lost to the aethers unless someone's backed it up, because the whole thing never got completed. It was called Death and What Comes After. And the trick was, you needed to take every letter that came after the word death. And because, of course, it's Terry Pratchett, it's a story about the personification thereof of death. That's the only puzzle I remember solving. And then there was a giant rebus made of fruit. I think I solved the rebus made of fruit. No, not rebus, it was a jigsaw puzzle made of fruit that, like, made a fruit Vitruvian man. It was weird. I need to go faster there. Move faster, Pokey! 2,000. Coming soon to my YouTube. I went through and did all of the work for Box Bantano yesterday. So all of those VODs are ready to go now. In all their glory. My channel goes back to being a SMW channel. Especially after today. Since I got myself ahead on things. But no. It's important. I'm gonna get ahead on all of Quack Jam before Chicagoing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in Chicago, beyond go to the con. Probably should try to meet up with Tass. Send him a Discord message. Dagnabbit. Okay. Dagnabbit. Dag rabbit. A dag is a directed acyclic graph. It means that if you go from one node to another, you will never go back to the original node. This information will not help you. Okay. He who hesitates there is lost. Yeah, I do kind of wonder what ended up happening with Time Quest, because, like, I think there was a cash prize involved. It was one of those, kind of like the David Blaine book. And so, like, you think there would be some sort of resolution, at least for the David Blaine thing. Cliff Johnson published his notes, and you actually could find out how the solution was supposed to work. But given the actual complexity of that puzzle, I think most people ended up using the hint. John McAfee one. I love John McAfee. The should you use McAfee antivirus? No! Sniffs coke off of a stripper's ass. Man knew what he was about. May still know what he's about. But he's probably dead. What a weird person. Especially as, like, McAfee antivirus in the DOS days was really good. I don't know what to... I think I just need to go there, and he'll clear it. It's not Spiny, he's my buddy. Nope. Died in 2021. Allegedly died. Yeah, he had a hell of a eventful life. I still think he's hiding out somewhere. I like to think it, at least. It may or may not make any sense. But I like to think it. Don't hesitate there. He who hesitates is Pogi. That went right through that block. But yeah, I watched another video of his where he was talking about, like, smuggling drugs out of Mexico. And I'm like, this guy... I always thought he was a nerdy fella who just became weird. No, he was always weird. Because apparently this happened in the 80s, too. I'm free! My favorite random pictures I see on the internet was the Pushwall is trying to escape thing from Rise of the Triad. Apparently, under specific circumstances, they had these, like, walls that would push people around. And I am playing like a trash can. And they would try to occasionally escape the map, which is bad. And that could cause an actual game panic. Someone drew up a nice, like, cute anthropomorphized picture of the block escaping. I'm free! Modern genius, do you mean by the old definition? Expert in many subject areas? Yes, absolutely. Many you wouldn't expect for a guy who wrote antivirus software. The funny thing is, the antivirus software back in the day actually worked a lot better because you were... Really? That killed me? Huh. You were pattern matching against a lot fewer things. Sure, there was like the Michelangelo virus and the Stone virus, you need a DB of them, but like looking at boot sectors and saying, huh, that's weird, this is a booting boot sector. Maybe I don't want that. Was pretty easy comparatively. Because like, Microsoft Defender, yeah, that's a smart move. Basically everyone pretty much uses the same parts of it now. Back when I worked on NTFS, they would have Plugfest, and we'd get to meet all of the people who used the various filters, file system filters and stuff. And antiviruses were pretty much all of them. There were a couple people who were like had connectors to other network file systems, and there was one guy whose shtick was dynamic loading of game resources from other locations. He was cool. But basic idea would be like you could load your MMO stuff, resources directly from a torrent instead of your own servers and save you money. Or have it be peer-to-peer or do all these other things. And his thing made it just look like it's the file system so no one would notice otherwise. It was cute. I don't know if he's still like... I don't know if that software's still in use, but how the hell would you look it up? But dude just made his own middleware. Pattern recognition might give a lot of false positives or dubious files you find from time to time, but you'll take it? Yeah. I'm wondering if there's a little bit of cheese here for me. Not for everybody, but for me. So I'm thinking about this as I keep poking my spiney out of existence. Oh, that's salvageable. Oh, that's cool. That's not salvageable. Yeah, pattern recognition was easier back in the day. Just was. Because boot sectors. Like, most people just don't want disks to boot. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I ran into, like, Defender actively saying, here's a file, but I don't really download many files from the internet these days that aren't, you know, strictly data types. Right, that's not working. Why am I suddenly having trouble with this? This part's free. That part's free if you focus. That part's free if you can hold A correctly. bounce when it's down there. It's the opposite. Empty. The opposite of full. Closer. Salvaged. I panicked. I don't even know what those other tiles do. I haven't gotten farther enough along to see. Oop. 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 Just need to go when it's down at the bottom. And that one's easy. Need to not get hung up there. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the launching bit. I need to get consistent at this. You know, it occurs to me, I might be able to cheese this. Or, well, give myself a better shot at it, possibly. No. No, I wouldn't be, because I'll always... Huh. No, it's still valid. Okay, so that happens. Oop that on. Oh, that's a one-way. I didn't realize what that was. There is no cheese there. I was wondering what those blocks meant and had no idea. Alright, I just need to make that more consistent for me. Closer, those also kill me. Okay. So there's a big wiggle there that I'm not succeeding at. But I see it now. Oh, I thought it'd get there. I thought it was fast enough. Too fast, too quick. Nuts. Oh, what else? Yeah, ICP is coming up. I'm looking forward to that. Always fun to program stuff in a weird environment. And with the ICPs they're referencing, I have strong hopes this will be a puzzle hunt style ICP as opposed to here is yet another optimization problem. Good luck. Style ICP. Because the last year's ICP was massively uninspiring. Like, I appreciate what they did. I always appreciate them putting it on, but man, it was literally just you simulated annealing. Anneal really hard. Have a good, have a fast occlusion function. Like, just, it doesn't excite me. Sometimes the optimization problems have, like, good frame around them. Like, the painting one was really good. But that one last year was just, eh. Not to mention the extensions, I don't think made any interesting differences. Yeah. Aside from the hilarious one that just, like, let you multiply your points by 10 with no work. That was funny, but not good. Like, quite literally, it just meant that your lightning round submissions were worthless. That's all it meant. I really don't know why they bothered. Why am I so panicky about this? Has to do with the yo-yo effect. I just need to get better at this section. That's all there is to it, like getting better at the start. Is what matters most here. Oh, you can do that with... Okay. Okay, that's better. Why did it jump? Why did it jump? I have so many questions and so few answers. That's... Okay, you can't try to drop the amount you jump there. Don't pause, just go. That part is just meant for walking. Possibly Christopher Walken. Yeah, that's... I've been massively over... What do you want from me there? Huh. Jumped because it can? Fair. I love just latching in there. I assume this means you've forsaken sleep, Matt? Because it isn't on 1F0, yes. You're not wrong. I had an intro to this. Go, back to 1F0. Nope, no panicking. Did sleep? Oh, nice. Glad to hear it. And woke up. Yeah, that part I think I got. Get the feeling the rest of this level isn't gonna be terribly long. I just need to get to that point. I could do 2 bops, I just need to do them right. Closer. Yeah, I need to figure out what to do there. The worst part is after all that wiggling, nothing happens. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Well, in terms of news of what happened here, I beat all of the Fortaleza Reznor things. Oh, that's sneaky. And moved on to doing a Romhack Races level, because it felt like the thing to do. I haven't done one in a while, and honestly, it isn't a bad thing to do to kind of de-rust a little bit. I haven't Kaizo'd in a long time. Okay, and there we go. On the topic of races, I sure hope this is going to be a reasonable topic. Race the clock to get to class. That's a good type of race. I wish you the best of luck in getting to class on time. Later, Matt. Enjoy class. In so much as class is enjoyable. I'll be here probably till next year at this rate. It won't succeed. I believe in you. Believe in me who believes in you with something or other. I reprocced them. I'm getting better. Kind of. Getting better all the time. You know, I loved listening to that song until I realized that one of the lines was, I used to be cruel to my woman and beat her and kept her apart from the things that she loved. But it's okay, I'm getting better. All the time. Thanks, John Lennon. Glad you've gotten so much better at spousal abuse. Yeah, it sounds such a happy song. But nope. John Lennon. John Lennon, John Lennon, John Lennon, football. He was not a nice man. And Yoko Ono is a bit of a ponce. Allegedly, the point at which John Lennon realized he really enjoyed Yoko's sense of art was at an exhibition. Don't hesitate. Where she had put the word yes. But it was really small, so you had to climb a ladder and look at the ceiling and use a magnifying glass. And that was really cool art to him. I guess when you think you're bigger than Jesus, you really gotta have weirder art. Nope. Okay, can't hesitate there. Still have was it Bill Burr bit where he's watching this old, or talking about this time John Lennon was with somebody, like a rock and roll legend, I forget his name. And they're playing like Johnny Be Good on a rock show, and Yoko Ono starts bleeding into the mic. Bizarrely, this topic actually works better in two directions here. Because that was literally what the ICFP contest was about, was minimizing Yoko Ono. Chuck Berry, thank you. It's a great bit. Like, he's got this mad look on his face, like, why is she doing this? Why is she bleeding? Bleating. The sound a sheep makes. Just absolute, like, no, this is not happening to me, not today. There's two of them now. Seen that clip? It's a classic. But yeah, the ICFP is like, you had all these different musicians, and you tried to optimize people's enjoyment of the performance. And some musicians were purely negative. Conveniently, we could just turn their mics down to 0. And so yeah, I think we either called those Yokos or Vuvuzelas. After the Vuvuzela, a popular South African instrument that sounds kind of like a bunch of bees. Came to Western attention during the World Cup of like 2000. God, I forget how many years ago. I'd say 2008 or something, because it was hosted in South Africa. They had to invent special filters to prevent the Vuvuzela from making it too difficult to hear the game. Just keep going. Trust it. Trust the plan. Yeah, it was bad. A buddy of mine was into it, and we watched it at his place, and we're like, this is unfortunate. Like, fans are gonna do fan things, but man, that was an annoying fan thing. Closer. Okay. Just trust that. Don't worry about thinking it. No. Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock also has a case of percussionist. If you watch, you'll see the percussionist is on another level, so understandable it's muted. Remember, it scarred your ears. Can't they do normal things like bringing bangers and bangles? I mean, it's South Africa. You just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a different kind of place. Yeah, I'd like to see that clip, actually, Curtis. I mean, Woodstock, probably drummers high as hell. There we go. That kills people. But I see the end. Carl! That kills people! Oh man, I'm in the wrong here. I wasn't even looking at that. I was like trying to look at, I was watching the top one. One of those focusing on what you think is the right thing, turns out is not the right thing. And trying to figure out how to make the level work. But that appears to be the end. So I am heartened. Been rather enjoying using words that are only used in the negative but take off the negative affix. Like gruntled. When was the last time you felt gruntled? Right. Oh. And heartened is certainly a reasonable one. But we usually only use it in the negative, disheartened. Very much in like the silly... Oh, thanks for good luck. How you doing, Deported? Very much in like the Undertale. This, whatever it is, brings you... makes you brave. I forget what the line was. There's a mimetic line in Undertale, and now I'm just regressing. Ah. Because you're going when it's at the top, not at the bottom. That's the problem. I got both things. Oh, you got it at both ends. Fills you with determination. Thank you. That's a mimetic phrase. Feel dumb for having forgotten it. $10 on PayPal. Yeah, bill that to Bill G at Microsoft.com. I'm certain he'll pay up. He usually does. I've seen many forward and rees that say that it's good luck to message him and ask for the money. I once sent an email to my dad from Bill G at Microsoft.com. He pretty much instantly realized it was from me. Back when mail servers were less discriminating about what they sent. You could just SMTP your way to victory. His comment was something like, yeah, Bill Gates has better spelling than that. And I'm like, I couldn't see it. It wouldn't echo. Makes it hard to send the right thing when you're typing into a blind telnet. Yep. I'd read it on, like, one of the hacking websites. Learn to hacker. The thing you could do, a fun prank. Now all the SMTP servers don't allow you to send an email at all. But yeah, you used to be able to just log into someone's, like... Well, log in is a strong word. Connect to someone's local SMTP server. So, like, he was at the university. So, say the University of... I don't know... Auburn. Which isn't the right one, but... And just start sending SMTP commands. And it would just work. No one would try to verify. But now, because spam's such a big deal, like, almost no SMTP servers are trusted anymore. Fake named letters. I mean, it was fun back in the day. But no, I haven't graduated to actual fraud of any sort. Still fun, though. It was a different time. It's messing with... Yeah. I mean, the thing about SMTP is that it was a really good protocol for what it was designed for. The problem is the internet is no longer what it was designed... SMTP was designed for. Like, SMTP was designed with, like, the idea of routing on top of mail servers as opposed to the internet routing for you. There was no reason back then to connect to the mail server directly, and in fact, you were kind of unlikely to have a connection to it at all. Because you were, like, doing FidoNet stuff or something. Okay, what does the game want me to do here? Thought I'd fly off it. Nope. But yeah, email addresses are more complicated than you would think, too. Especially because of all of the random things. You used to have routing information in the email addresses themselves. Everyone thinks it's like name@domain.com, but no, that is not how email addresses work. Turns out if you want a compliant regex that actually can read all email addresses, it becomes humongous. But, you know, it's also one of those things where almost no one has one of those ancient email addresses with routing information in anymore. Or if they do, they probably have an alias somewhere that actually makes it work. Hesitated. Why did I do that? Come on. But yeah, different days. The world is very different now. Hate trying to decipher fake email address with your eyes. Use it A, but it's Cyrillic, so it's the wrong email address. Yeah. I maintain that supporting other languages on the internet was a mistake. We were this close to setting up a good lingua franca of English. Just because web browsers wouldn't support other things. And then no, we had to mess it up by giving people actually ability to write in other languages. Terrible idea. Though admittedly, the Cyrillic thing at least has less of an issue nowadays. Well, wasn't... It depends on how it was implemented, but Punycode kind of solved that problem. Was it Punycode? Gunsmiller, no. The funny thing is, there's a daunting number of other, like, Family Guy no references, like Cleveland's bathtub. Which is the immediate thing I think of with no in Family Guy. Which, you know what? I appreciate as a running gag. Like, Family Guy is pretty much just good in the sense that it has some decent sketches, and occasionally has a decent episode where the writing's not bad. But it's not very good in general. Earlier seasons tended to be better. Bop, 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 bop. I also like the busboy gag from American Dad, which is basically the same thing. Keep doing that without jumping. I just need to jump. That's it. I see what to do. I simply have to convince Pokey to do it. Repeatedly. In France. There we go. But yeah, being able to fake domain names using foreign characters was just always a bad idea. Pretty much everyone's keyboards can type English, some modicum of English. Just need to wait. How to fail it horribly. Hit the button that many times. Go. Not really sure how that works. It's like the consistency I've built with that is so weird. The double bop. Hesitates. He who hesitates is Pokey. Because Pokey needs to move faster. Or slower. One of the two. Okay. Oh, bop, bop, bop. Oh no! Oh no. Truly one of the most iconic voice lines of all video game acting. Oh no. In fact, I think someone should make a version of Sonic Adventure that replaces every line with "oh no," because it'd be awesome. A bit like the mod of Final Fantasy X Monotone Tim made a few years ago. Well, I jumped that time. That replaced every single line with Titus laugh. He had a really good knack for coming up with dumb ideas that were funny. He also actually beat, I believe, Ocarina of Time on an ocarina. Yep. I think it actually got written up in like Polygon and other new gaming media. At the time. He had a few other weird ideas. Back when like Twitch Plays Pokemon was all the rage, he had like, I think Beats Plays Pokemon, where people would choose music and it would determine how the game would play. But he had some problems with the choices of music people made. Shocker, I know. But this is before Twitch really came down on DMCA stuff. Also spent a stream clicking on the carousel in Roller Coaster Tycoon, one of them, because there was a like legend that if you clicked on the carousel enough, it would explode. Yeah, long story short, that's not true. Because he wrote like an auto-hotkey script to test that out. And streamed it, and, you know, several hours passed. Days, I think. Nada. Weirdest thing is, if you go into Tim's chat, even right now, you might find people talking, even though he hasn't streamed in years. On that account. She caught one of his streams like yesterday. He was playing Crazy Taxi. And Crazy Taxi's just fun to watch and play. One of my favorite arcade games. When I see Crazy Taxi, I always have to play it. In the arcade. The problem with like playing it at home is that it doesn't have the same soundtrack. So like you're not constantly listening to yeah, 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 yeah. whenever you start playing, which is a problem. It's just not the same without the offspring. Well, that was an improvement. I do need to be going faster there for that part to work. But I successfully jumped, which is something I can't say I've done before that point. Oh. Yeah, I'm still subscribed to Tim, even though he doesn't stream much. Wonder what my year streak now is. Because he got, like, access to subs, like, really early on. Early Twitch days. Nope. Yeah. I think I finally figured out most of this. Took me a while. Said most, not all. Said most, not. And as I say that, I just start regressing. I'm still making the first jump. You can't take that away from me. Most of the time. Wait for a second cycle. Doodle-doo. Like, that's really good if you pick it up just right. Oh. The bullet bills still surprise me. Somehow. Despite my best efforts. I take back what I said a minute ago. I apparently do not have this down in the slightest. Proof's in the pudding, after all. What do you... High-proof pudding, I think. High-proof ice cream is... Oh, for Pete's sake, Pat. High-proof ice cream could be tasty. Why wouldn't high-proof pudding? Like, you need to use the right kind of pudding, but, you know, or alcohol, but still. I don't want vodka in my pudding. That'd be really annoying. Like, vodka doesn't add good flavor to most things. What? It's hanging up there. Just need to hit these things right. That was not right at all. I'm getting tired. Not ideal. I'd like to finish this. I want to finish this level, damn it. Of course, if I start doing the wrong things, it's not going to help me finish the level. Focus. Nuts. Okay. That's where focusing gets you. Focusin was actually a really funny name for a drug in The Simpsons. Dang it. I don't know if I've died to that square before. There's a bit in that episode that always amused me. He's like, no, not the frame store. Not the church. Jesus lives there. The frame store? You monster! And he blasts a Major League Baseball satellite out of orbit with a tank. It's ridiculous. The Simpsons had ceased being like the TV show that was very relatable at that point. A bit like that bit in one of the episodes where they're doing focus group testing on Itchy and Scratchy, and they want a TV show where you can win money, and there's Outrageous that also focuses on real-world issues while having magic genies. That one kid really loves the Speedo, man. Nope. Just love the bit. My knob tastes funny. Do not taste the knob. To do it right, it's a lot easier than this. Making it hard on myself. Just like that last jump, I'm just not quite landing the thing I need to get that box. Till of the fun. Okay. I need to hit the box and then land on the thing. Yeah, just vocalizing it helped. Nope. No! Well, call that a moral victory, I guess. I have to say, it's one of my least favorite things in Kaizo is like the, oh, you thought you beat the level? Oh, you're interested in the box I put there that could possibly have some interesting information? Nah, you're just dead. Hilarious. Well, did better that time. Managed to make the jump. More boxes needed. You kick Lamau. I mean, the thing about it, at least, is... Dang it. Typically, once you kind of start mastering it, it's not so bad. Like, I'm finally getting this down, I guess. I prefer the fluke success, though, over the I spent an hour getting consistent at this. Ugh. Gonna run right at the ending, ignore the box. I mean, the box probably just goes, lol, you're dead. Oh, I could have salvaged that, I think. Right here. I don't know why the left one sometimes... I don't know why they come down in different orders. Like, sometimes you get the right one, then the left one. Sometimes they're basically at the same time. It's very odd. The exact behavior. Like a very Kaizo-esque message box. Definitely looks like. Vaguely remember. Maybe I watched this one. I feel like Louis got trolled by it or something, but maybe it was a different level with a similar troll. Go again. Okay, stretch arm. Arm stretch them. Okay. Not okay. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Look up. No! I refuse. I got the box, and that matters. It took me an hour and 37 minutes. Good job, Amstray. Sprites by Mandu, Kevin M. Blocks by Mario E, Hammer Brother, and Doge Master. Music by Tamaki, Dispace. Graphics by Rycon. Playtesters, Logic, Sequel Infection, and a 2-year-old. GG. Thank you for the GG. Sup, Zucati? How you doing? I finally beat the level. Now let me look at the leaderboard on Romhack, or Romhack Races to see how poorly I did. Signs, point 2. Where'd it go? Yeah, I was about an hour... I was about 30 minutes, 40 minutes slower than anybody else. Lord Pickle King came in last in 53 minutes. Oh, and Nathan actually did this one. Came in 5th. Huh. Yeah. 12 minutes for RB Plumclo and Louis. Go figure.